friends, hello. Hello, my friends, hello. Hello, my friends, hello, my friends, hello, my friends, hello. Hello, my friends. Hello, friends. Wow, we're in a different space. I am Kaylee. This is Kaylee Cross-Stitch, and it is July 14th. I'm actually filming on a Wednesday because yesterday I was still kind of getting settled here, and I just didn't get a chance to record yesterday. So I'm recording on my upload day. So there's that. I am close to 500 subscribers, which is weird and wild. I never really thought that many of you would be subscribed to me, but hey, thank you for subscribing. If you don't know who I am yet, I'm Kaylee Cross-Stitch, and this is my YouTube channel where I talk about cross-stitch projects. Except today I'm going to probably do another video where it's more like life, just like my last one. And I figured that since I have quite a few new subscribers, and I don't know if all of you have gone back to my first video, and I'm not gonna expect you to go back and watch my first video. It's not recorded very well, and I don't even remember. I haven't watched it in forever. I don't know if I introduced myself or told you anything about myself. So I think this would be a good opportunity because what's happening in my life is kind of got to do with what I went to college for and all that good stuff. So it'll be kind of a life update type thing today, and also a, reintroduce myself in case you didn't know and wanted to know all that. So I'll say that a little bit later. Let me show you the stitching first. Last time I was working on my Alabama piece. This is how far I was, and as you can see, I was very, very close to a finish. And it's finished. Let me show you. Where is it? There it is. So my Alabama is finally finished. Oh, I didn't even have the stats of when I started it. I think I started it in February, and it took a long time. I think it's just because March and February were very busy months for me, and so it took a while. There's 11,800 or so stitches in this, and it took a while to get all the way through it. So this is stitched on 25 count, easy guide fabric, 1/1 full cross. And this is a pattern by Stitches Lovers Shop on Etsy. They have recently redone these patterns, so the stock photo, as you can see, has the state name underneath it. And I kind of like that, but I think I also might finish these as like a wall hanging. So like a quilt, except I'm probably not going to use the quilt because all of my stitching will be on it. So I have all 50 states, and I have now done 1, 2, 3, 4. This is my 4th finish of the United States. So that's fun. I don't know what I usually say about this. It's just funny, like moving across the country, you're like, what do I say? And then after that, after I finished, I worked a little bit on my seasonal earth, which I apologize for the stock photo. It's just me taking a picture of the book, and this is where it was last time. Actually, I don't know if that's where it was last time, but that's the last screenshot that I took. So, yeah, this is, I'm so sorry, my friends. I can't even move this. Oh, there we go. Here you go. Go smaller. Yeah, last week when I was in North Dakota, you saw it. And now I need a better way to do this. There. Oh, look at how tired Kaylee from last week looks. It's just the default now, right? Forgive all of the loose threads. But I got quite a few stitches in. I was stitching this in Minnesota, in Alexandria, while we were doing our family vacation. I stitched a lot of this in the car, these, and I filled in the little things in the banner, and then I'm working on the rain right here. And I kind of stopped in the middle of this, so this has still got needles hanging all over it. Yikes. This is stitched on 16 count, white Aida, 2/1 full cross, and I'm really enjoying this. It's such a good stitch. It's really easy to follow the pattern, and I'm trying to do it in such a way with my parking that I am not splitting any threads when I'm stitching, so I'm trying to keep all my stitches neat. I should probably put a picture of this on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram at Kaylee Cross Stitch. I always have said that I have updated daily, but your girl has not been doing that. I've just been I haven't even been keeping up on my stitch counts daily, which is, I'm not going to beat myself up over it, but like Alabama, when I was finishing it in the car, I was just like, I would just stitch some in the car, maybe I'll stitch later, and then I didn't record my progress, which is fine. No worries. And then I did, this was back in North Dakota. I'm out of order chronologically, but I did 400 stitches on my beach, which I did not take a progress picture of, I don't think, but it looks the same. I only did 400 stitches. So this is Manhattan Beach by Heaven and Earth Designs. I think I coined that name, so it's not, that's not the proper name. It's a discontinued Haid. It was from a beach pack. My friend sent it to me, and I'm stitching it 1/1 on 40 count, half stitch, 10 stitch, all those things. I was watching Amy, and Amy Globetrotting Stitcher. She has a very good description of the difference between half stitch, 10 stitch, continental stitch. I'm using probably all of those incorrectly, so disclaimer. Go watch Amy, she's great. And also when she was talking about all the people that she watched to learn how to diagonal stitch, I was like, me too, exactly the same people. It was awesome. And then, oh my goodness, I have so many things to show you this week. As soon as I got into Iowa, I started Iowa. So this is a new start. Iowa. And I have about 360 or something stitches in that yellow color. The first yellow color. This is also from Stitches Lovers Shop on Etsy, and I am stitching it on 20 count. I've never stitched on 20 count, so this is cool. 20 count, 2/1 full cross. And I am enjoying it. I'm stitching this in hand for the most part. And so when I stitch in hand, I roll it up real tight. And then I just take a bobby pin, literally, and hold it and stick it on there so it holds. And then when I stitch, I just hold it like this. And then sometimes I flip it and go in the other hand. So I do like to use both hands when I stitch. Somebody asked me that in a live, and I hope I explained it in that live pretty well, but I really enjoy using both hands when I stitch. And if I'm only using one hand to complete the crosses, I'm not using both hands at the same time, one on one side of the fabric, one on the front, back, front, I like to just switch off, because I find that, or I used to, if my left hand was holding it, and I would hold it really tight, and then my hand would get tired. So that was my solution. I was like, let me just hold it in the other hand and stitch with the other hand. And it takes practice. It takes, getting used to it. And I did it on 14 count first. I think that's a little bit easier to do when you're using your non-dominant hand. But now I can use my right hand on my 40 count. Not as much as I can on these other counts, but my right hand is pretty comfortable now stitching by itself. So if you're interested in becoming an ambidextrous stitcher, I just suggest trying it, and don't be too hard on yourself if it is not going really according to plan. Okay, so I think I'll give you like a current life update and then a little, maybe the history of my life sprinkled in. So if you're no longer wishing to watch life content, then that's all the cross stitch content. Thank you for watching. Bye. No. I have a Midwestern delicacy here. Scotcheroos. I missed these. I've been living in California for 5 years and I forgot how good these are. It's like a dessert. These are scotcheroos, which are a like crispy rice Krispies. I don't know what these are. It's just like lots of sugar. And then the top is like peanut butter chocolate. Oh, it's so good. And these are way too big. So my husband and I will cut one of these in half and we'll each have one for dessert. But I forgot, what the Midwest is like having scotcheroos. It's pretty great. These are pretty great. If you're in the Midwest, try some scotcheroos. That's my welcome to Iowa, welcome to the Midwest, a little story. Today, I would like to invite you to our virtual concerts. So what I'm doing here in Iowa is I am singing in a 3-summer choral conducting master's program. So people are getting their master's degree in choral conducting, and I am one of the singers for it. And the very basic explanation is if they do this with your hand, I can say, hey, I didn't really feel like singing for you because you were putting your hand up like stop. But if you do a different kind of gesture, then I felt really invited to sing for you and you made me feel comfortable as a singer. So they're learning more of the very technical side of conducting, and if they make a gesture, what it means. If they make a gesture in this style, what does that mean? If they make a gesture in this style, what does that mean? So that's the short of it. And we are doing very intensive vocal days. And so we're doing 2+ rehearsals a day, which is quite a bit on your voice. So it's been good for me to get back into shape. I only have my coffee in the morning, which we also found some local coffee. Do you want to see it? It's actually really good. Where is it? Oh, here it is. It's Crimson Anchor. Get Anchored from Indianola, Iowa. That's where I am. So this is brewed local. It was really expensive, but we are coffee snobs, so we got it. And we find that we really like Ethiopian coffee, so we saw it and we were like, yep, let's get that. And it's really good. It tastes like coffee, great coffee. It's coffee that you don't have to put creamer in. What else was I saying? Oh, so we are doing our concerts live, and you can watch them on Facebook. And I believe that they want to start streaming the concerts on YouTube. So I will link both the Facebook page and the YouTube page for this organization if you are interested in watching me sing in a choir concert. I have one today, Wednesday, July 14th at 7:30 Central Time. And if you are watching this later and you missed it, there are still lots of concerts. So still go check out their Facebook page at least so you can see the concert schedule and what's coming up. They will stream live on Facebook, and they want to start streaming on YouTube, I believe. But they are not yet at 1,000 subscribers. So if you want to. Go cross stitch community! Take over the choral world. That would be really funny. Let me know if you watch those concerts. You can comment on the Facebook stream on the concert, or you can DM me on Instagram and say, hey, I didn't know. I'm not going to put words in your mouth. Tell me if you liked it. Tell me if you didn't like it and why. So that brings me to a little bit of, what are we at? 15? Oh, that's okay. I want to just say a little bit more about myself and my background because I don't know if I have said this. I mean, you may have guessed it from what I have talked about in my live streams or in my music stories, my music teacher stories. But I am originally from North Dakota, near Bismarck, and I grew up in a town of less than 1,000, and then I went to from kindergarten through 12th grade at the same school, and I went to college at University of North Dakota in Grand Forks, and I got my music education degree. And I thought that I would just find a K-12 job in North Dakota, be chill my whole life, and be a teacher, a music teacher. That's what I thought I would do. But I had this voice teacher who was really helping me learn how to use my voice in a classically trained way, and it was a great adventure, something that I never even knew existed. I didn't know what opera was when I was in college when I started, and very slowly learned about opera and professional choral singing from that teacher. He's a great teacher. And he encouraged me to apply for graduate school for a master's in voice performance, which I did, and I completed my master's degree in voice performance from California State University, Long Beach, which is why I was living in California. My husband was there, and at that time we were not dating, and I applied and we started dating. And it was a very short program and a very exciting program. I was in a couple operas, and I actually got to sort of create my own opportunity while I was at Long Beach. I was writing my thesis on a short opera, which is like an operetta, and it was a 40-minute piece about suburbia in the 50s. So it was like housewife really angry about her responsibilities as a housewife, and husband struggling with his role as a father / moneymaker. And it's not a really well-known operetta, so I was like, hey, could we maybe do this for the scenes program? And the teacher was like, yeah, let's do it. And it was really cool to be able to perform something, and it was my idea, which I never would have figured would be possible. So it was really cool to know that I can create opportunities for myself. And then after I completed my degree, I decided that I didn't really want to go the pro opera singer, pro choir route. So I started looking for jobs. I got an elementary job, and it was such a great learning experience. I thought, before I was a teacher, I was like, the kids are never going to talk over me. They're going to be so well behaved in my classroom. I'm going to have them behave and blah, blah, blah. That was thrown out the window, and I quickly changed my priorities as a teacher. And I think that's, as I apply for jobs in Baltimore, that's one of the things that I think is my strong suit, is I adapt to the situation that I am given. And I try to think about the students first. I guess this is more about like career instead of personal stuff, but whatever. And so I taught for 3 years, and as you all know, we just had a pandemic, so I was teaching through the pandemic as well. Had a lot of fun doing it, and I am excited to continue teaching in Baltimore. And I'm glad to be here in Iowa and using my pro choir chops, my professional singer chops, because singing is like being an athlete. You have to be in shape for it. And as I was teaching, I was not really practicing regularly the classical style of singing. So it's been good to start getting back into that kind of shape. I was given a tip from a choir teacher, or from a voice teacher back in Long Beach while I was teaching at that job. to maintain your vocal health. And one of the tips was to steam your voice at least 2 times a day, which I was like, oh, frou-frou sounds funky. And then I did it yesterday after a very taxing rehearsal, and it was amazing. It like revitalized my voice. First, I ran a washcloth under hot water, and I just laid it over my face, and I breathed in that. And then it would only last like 4 deep breaths. So then I filled the sink with hot water. I took a towel, put it over my head, and just breathed in the steam, and it made my voice really nice. I suggest trying it if you're feeling kind of raspy. And my husband said that a doctor recommended that when he was sick one time. Okay, I'm just talking about nothing. So, long story short, if you don't know already, I am moving to Baltimore this summer. So that's why I'm feeling like, retelling my story. And if that interests you, let me know if you have a similar background. And yeah. So anyway, that's all my stitching updates. I didn't even talk about plans, but you know me. I stitch what I want when I want. Sweetie. I think that's it. I think I'm going to go warm up my voice. Oh, it's already 10. Ugh. I'm going to go warm up my voice, and I'm going to sing in a concert. Remember, click on the link down below to find the Facebook page for Choral. It's called Choral. And you'll see the concert live stream there. You say, my Flosstube is over, I have nothing more today. Why so sad? Remember we made an arrangement. I upload every Wednesday. I think I can be live on Sunday. I think I'm going to be live on Sunday. Yeah. You'll be back soon, you see. You remember how to get to me. Flosstube and the ground. Subscribe and follow to see my progress in the stitchy land. Da 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 da. Bye. Thanks for watching.